The lines continuing on ahead avoid Portsmouth and carry on to Corsham and Southampton. We diverge off to the left. Just after the junction on this line was Harlington Racecourse Station, opened in 1891 to serve the racecourse. The racecourse closed during the World War I, but the station was kept open to serve the ammunition dump that replaced the racecourse. After the war, it closed in 1917. However, the station reopened in 1922 to serve the industrial estate that was developed by the line. However, due to insufficient passengers, it closed in 1937. Southsea Station is mainly used by commuters who work in the nearby Anchorage Park Industrial Estate. It also serves the northern end of Portsea Island. Now call up Fratton. It opened in 1885 by the LBSCR and was later renamed to Fratton and Southsea in 1905, but was later reverted back to Fratton in 1921. The station was a junction for the Southsea Railway, which opened in 1885 to a terminus called East Southsea. There were two stations added along the 1¼ mile line in 1904, one called Jesse Road Bridge Halt and the other Albert Road Bridge Halt. It never won any competition against the Portsmouth tramway services, and it closed 10 years later in 1914 when the war broke out, and never reopened. Only a small part of the line remains, and is now the access line for the Fratton Train Care Depot. The rest of the line has been paved over, so you can still walk down what was once a railway line. We now take a steep 1 in 62 climb, leading to a 1 in 100 gradient to finish over the top to lead us into Portsmouth and Southsea high level. Even though there is a high level and low level, both come under the same name of Portsmouth and Southsea. It was opened in 1847 as Portsmouth, and then renamed to Portsmouth Town in 1876, until 1925, when it was renamed to the name still used today. There was a line continuing from the low-level platforms through to Portsmouth docks, used for freight trains. It was linked with the main line until it was destroyed in World War II and never reopened. The low-level line is now a terminus used by terminating services from Southampton and the occasional local stopper to Waterloo via Petersfield. Today the only national rail line that exists in the area is to Portsmouth Harbour. There is also a hover bus, operated by Stagecoach, that runs a bus to the hovercraft platform in Southsea. Hover travel provide a 30-minute service to ride at the Isle of Wight. Our final destination, Portsmouth Harbour. In the mid-18th century, the first line to arrive here was actually in Gosport, which is a short hop across the water. The line was built by the LSWR in 1841, and passengers for Portsmouth had to take a ferry to reach the harbour. The first train to run down the line was a 9 Elms to Gosport service, pulled by locomotive number 17, and was consisted of 4 first-class coaches. During the early years, fast trains to London were limited by law to 20 miles an hour. Thankfully, such law no longer exists. A single fare on the fast services was £1.10, and a fare for stopping trains in third class was 42p. The final passenger services to Gosport was in 1953, and the line was used for freight services until 1969. Portsmouth Harbour Station opened in 1876 and is built on a wooden pier. Just outside the station is a dock for the White Link fast cat ferry to ride, which makes it an easy link to the Isle of Wight from the railway. The journey to here on the semi-fast service we have just been on takes around 1 hour and 30 minutes to traverse the 74-mile line. The railway cannot afford to lose any more journey times, and the fast service is the only way to convince passengers to take the train, as the railway will always have a strong competition against the road traffic on the A3 London to Portsmouth road.